Hey, this is McGarren Flack, just here in my little orchard in the backyard. It's pretty fun stuff. It is January 7th or so, somewhere around there. And it is not very cold. It's about 50 degrees right now. I'm pruning my orchard and going to start with the pomegranates. I did start to work on this pomegranate, but I read some things there. Wasn't producing very much fruit, and I was trying to figure out what was going on. And there was a big issue that I left with my pomegranates. I guess you don't really want to have suckers grow for your pomegranates, and that's these nice little guys. So I'll flip it around and show you what the suckers are. But I have this pomegranate bush and this pomegranate bush. So I'm going to prune both of these, and it's a winter pruning, obviously, because we're in January and it's winter time. And I'm going to get rid of all the little suckers and talk about what else needs to be done with these pomegranates so that you can actually get fruit from them instead of not getting any fruit. Okay, so here's one of the pomegranate bushes, and if you look here, it's called a sucker. See how it's a different color wood? That sucker is a lighter color versus this, which was the original part of the pomegranate bush. And what I didn't do, or what I neglected to do, is I let all those shoots grow up in this bush. And so that's what I've cut up over there. This bush is about 6 feet high. It is recommended that you have 3 to 6 trunks come out the bottom, or you can have it grow out like a tree and have it grow just like a tree with 1 trunk as opposed to 6. So I'm going to take out this trunk and this one behind it. So those 2. So I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll have 4 trunks that are sitting there, and I'm going to remove all of the suckers. That way, the fruit will hopefully produce on the second year growth. Now, I've heard some places say that fruit on the pomegranate bush produces on first year growth, just like a jujube, but I don't know if that's really true. I've also read that it grows on second year, just like other fruiting trees. So there's an experiment to see what will actually work. I'm not going to trim out too much on the top here. And you might ask, what on earth is that back there? That's my cover for the pawpaws. We're doing an experiment with that. So I'm not going to trim out too much of this stuff at the top, just a little bit of it. So hopefully if it is off of second year wood, I will actually get some fruit this next year. But I need to grow this out and thin out some of the areas better so I can have some good air going between those trees. General rule of thumb, 6 inches on the space between branches. So here, my fist, that's about 4 inches. So this guy would need to go, but I could leave a couple of these in between. And I'm gonna try to figure out directional cuts. So when I cut onto these guys, I don't know if it'll focus there. There we go. Like this one that I cut, there's a nice little node, and there is a node underneath there. And so at least I'll get growth separating from there as opposed to coming straight out, because I don't want it to get any bigger. I just want it to fruit on with what it has. So trimming back this year so I can have more fruit next year. I'll show you the next section after I have trimmed all these suckers out of here. So get the suckers out of there. And okay, I went through and I pruned it all. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 trunks that are coming out. These 2 back here are nice little shoots, and but they're from last year. So I'm letting them grow instead of just keeping to 3, just in case some of the trunks end up dying. This was the stuff that I cut out of it, and it does look like a lot, but it's probably, well, it might be half of the tree, but it was not producing fruit. It was not doing what I wanted it to do in terms of spacing. It was too crowded inside here, so I came in and I spaced out a lot of these branches so that there's room for growth. So hopefully this year I'll get some fruit from it. If not, that's okay. That is the Utah pomegranate bush right there. And then with this one, there are all the pomegranate bush parts that I cut out, and there is the pomegranate bush. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and one of them is this nice little sucker that has been in there for a year or so. So in the summertime, this next summer, to keep things down, whatever suckers decide to come up, I'm going to prune out so that all of the energy goes into the tree and to the fruits. And again, it's about 6 feet high, and I thinned out a lot of the bushes so there's spacing between them.